What's up, guys? This is Red Eye Stardust Dragon. Today I have for you my take on the Salomon Great budget deck profile. So just remember this is a template, so do not take this deck for word for card. And because Sunlight Wolf is cheap enough, most people will be able to afford upgrades to this deck straight away. So I really recommend that. Unfortunately, I didn't put any Sunlight Wolf, and I'm not really too invested in the Salomon Great deck either, so I personally haven't chosen to do it, but I did buy this deck to get the Ash Blossoms and some of the other generic stuff that I really needed, so seeing as I've bought 3 of them, I may as well do a budget deck profile for those of you who are just going to buy the 3 of the decks and just start playing it. So without further ado, I'm going to go into it. Remember to this is purely a template, so feel free to swap in and out cards that you feel are better. So to start it off, I have one Salomon Great Mo. The only reason I play this card, it has a good effect where if you summon this turn, you can special summon him from your hand to a zone a link monster points to. So this can help you link climb, but the more important effect is when you control no monsters, you can shuffle 5 Salomon Greats back into your deck and draw 2 cards, which is what I like most about this card. For the next card, we're going to play 3 Salomon Great Foxy. On his normal summon, you have the ability to excavate 3 cards and add 1 Salomon Great card from deck to hand, just like the Sky Striker field spell. But the more important effect is when he's in the graveyard, and there's a face-up summon trap. It does not have to be your own, but most of the time you probably are going to have your own, which is going to be Salomon Great, Sentry, or Will of the Salomon Great. But this also applies if your opponent has a face-up spell and trap too. You can summon him, and then you can destroy 1 face-up spell and trap your opponent controls, but you also have to discard a Salomon Great card. But this makes him really good going second, especially if you can find a way to send him to the graveyard. If you open Spinny and Gazelle together, so that's really good. And it also has synergy with Mo, where you can just discard Mo for his effect, so you have that Mo set up. So for our next card, we play 3 Salomon Great Spinny. This is one of the 2 cards that is required in the Salomon Great combo. If you control a Salomon Great card, you can discard and it gets 500. That's really an irrelevant effect, but it can help you win some games sometimes. But the more important effect is if you control a Salomon Great monster other than himself, you can summon him from the graveyard, but banish him when it leaves the field, which is standard, but you're mostly going to be dumping him through the effect of Gazelle, because when Gazelle is summoned, you can send any Salomon Great card from your deck to the graveyard, which is like Foolish Burrow on steroids for the Salomon Great deck. So for next card, we have 1 Salomon Great Foxer. So this Foxer is really good late game card, because you can if you have 3 or more Salomon Greats in your deck graveyard, you can send her from your hand to the graveyard and summon a Salomon Great Link monster, probably going to be Helio. And then you could probably reincarnate Link it, and you also get to destroy a spell trap, which is really good. And it also has a revival effect. If you destroy a spell trap, you can summon her back, but they're both hard once per turn effects, and you can't use one to the other. So to use its revivals effect, you're probably going to combo it with Foxy. Foxy. For our next card, we have 3 Salomon Great Gazelle. This is one of the 2 cards that is required for the 2-card combo. So if a Salomon Great monster is sent to graveyard, you can summon this card from your hand. So because it doesn't have a hard once per turn effect that limits both effects activating on the same turn, you can more or less summon. You can summon 1, summon the other from hand, then ditch 1. Summon 1, send your Spinny to graveyard, and then you can summon a Gazelle from your hand, which is really, really good for the deck, because this deck is rank 3 focused to get the Salomon Great Mirage Stalio onto the board. So that's a really good combo. I play 1 Salomon Great Falco because we do not have Sunlight Wolf. And the main use of Falco is to reset your Salomon Great spell and traps. If you send to the graveyard, you can reset your Salamangreat Roar and your Salamangreat Rage, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Salamangreat Rage. And it also has a revival spell where you can return a Salamangreat monster you control to hand to summon it, but I don't really think that effect's going to be used too much, but it does have its uses. One Salamangreat Foil. This helps you link climb because it can summon itself. If Salamangreat monster is normal, especially if another Salamangreat monster is summoned, you can summon him. And it also has a really good effect to freeze a back row by sending one Salamangreat monster from your hand to the graveyard, but I don't think you're going to ever use the second effect, because this card also has to be on board to use the freeze bound chop effect, but it is good for link climbing. I play 2 Salamangreat Jack Jaguar. This card does piercing damage and has a big enough body, so this can help you win in time occasionally. But the main effect that you're going to use is you're going to be summoning him from the graveyard by shuffling back a Salamangreat monster to your deck. I'm mostly focusing on going to be like Salamangreat Yugioh, so you can reincarnate Link more, because playing this deck, you without the Midnight Wolf, you could run out of ways to get into Salamangreat monsters really easily from the extra deck, so it is good to have this recycler in the deck. 1 Beat Bison, because it has the ability to negate spell and traps up to the number of Salamangreat by targeting a Salamangreat Link monster in the graveyard and then negating effects on board, any effects equal up to the amount of spell and traps. Link markers, sorry, I'm getting my terms confused here. So it is really good for effect negation, and you could also bait out some negates that will probably help you combo off. Late game, you only play the 1 because you only ever want to see the 1. The main reason why people will buy this deck: free Ash Blossom Joy Spring. This is a budget deck, so, and it does come with the deck, so it is now budget friendly. I play free Dogoron because this deck might not have the best ability to get over some monsters, and you could really easily beat over this by using Yugioh's effects, so it's really easy. Also, you can remove it by using Jew King Ignite the Vanisher. This is a mono type deck, obviously, so its effect is really good. Also, it has non-targeted banish, so you can easily get around lots of boss monsters. For a free Salamangreat Circle, this is the searcher deck. The other effect isn't really too relevant, but it could help you out sometimes. Free Wolf the Salamangreat. This is a really good revival spell because during your main phase you can summon any Salamangreat from your deck to your field. This could include a Yugioh that you may have used, and then you can easily reincarnate Link it if you have Salamangreat Sanctuary. Plus it has the additional effect where if you stand it to the graveyard, you can target Salamangreat monsters in your graveyard equal to the amount of link markers on your Salamangreat Link monster and summon them. The Salamangreat monster has to be in your field. I'm just making sure of that because I might have read it with the graveyard first, but this card is still really useful because if you'll be able to summon Flame and Administrator, and then that will help you summon another Yugioh, and then that Yugioh will get more attack, enable you to OTK with the deck. We play 2 Salamangreat Sanctuary. This is the only way you'll be able to reincarnate Link in this deck, plus its other effect can help you win during time, so you do want to play this. Also, we play 2 because we don't have Sunlight Wolf, so you want to be able to see a second copy in case your first copy goes, because you'll have no way of getting it back unless you use the effect of Falco. Play 2 copies of Salamangreat Rage. This is the same reasoning as we're playing 2 Salamangreat Sanctuary, purely just because you can't reset it constantly without the Sunlight Wolf, so you need to play 2 so you can always search the second copy if you need it, and it has a good effect where you can target a Salamangreat Link monster you control and then you destroy cards up to the Link markers on it, so this is really good disruption on your opponent's turn. We play 3 Goes in Match because this is a mono attribute deck, so you want to be playing goes in the match. And then lastly, free Salamangreat Roar, because this is the negation of the deck, and it does have the ability to reset itself. So that's really good, but you want to try and avoid doing that as much as possible if you have a way, but that requires the usage of a Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. So I recommend you picking up Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf as quickly as possible if you really want to play the deck. Also, I don't think it's too expensive right now, so this is a good time to pick it up. For extra deck, we obviously have to play free Salamangreat Yugioh. This is the boss monster of the deck, and it can spin spell and traps back to the deck, which is occasionally useful, and also has the ability to enable to OTK your opponent if you reincarnate Link it. 3 copies of Mirage Stalio, because this is the way that you will be able to do your combo. This summons any Salamangreat monster from your deck and then when it's sent to graveyard for Link summon, I'm pretty sure. For Salamangreat monster, you get to destroy one monster your opponent chose. Pretty sure it's monster. Yeah, monster. Oh, it's not destroyed, it's returned to your opponent's hand, which is really good disruption. Play free Salamangreat Baellanx. This is the card that will be able to search you the Salamangreat Sanctuary, and when it's in the graveyard, because you want to link this off as fast as possible. It gives your Salamangreat some protection, so this helps you keep your Roar active. We play free Administrator because we only have the ability to play free and free Dual Little Chimera. These two, the 6 copies of these 2 cards are really aren't really too necessary. You could play 1 Dual Little Chimera, but opening up a few packs of the new set Savage Strike will be able to help you to swap out the better cards in their position, such as the Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. So that's it for my Salamangreat budget deck profile. I'm sorry for not knowing their effects too clearly. I did read them while I was building the deck. I was just double checking that they were correct, because I'm not really too invested in playing the deck, but I do have a good idea of what the deck does and how it goes about doing that. So if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more in the future. This is Red Stardust Dragon, out.